It was a quiet February night in Mississippi. 2014. The stars hung still above a modest home where an old man lay peacefully in his bed. His name was Walter Williams, 78 years old, a man who had lived a long, simple life. But this night, it seemed, was to be his last. His family gathered close as the paramedics checked him over. No heartbeat, no breath, no sign of life. The room fell into a heavy silence as the time of death was recorded. Grief settled over the household like a cold fog. They had lost him. The local funeral home was called, and their staff arrived with quiet efficiency. They zipped Walter's still body into a black body bag and placed it in the hearse. No one suspected that anything out of the ordinary would follow. After all, death had done what it always does. Hours passed. At the funeral home, preparations were being made for embalming. But just as the staff was about to begin, a strange noise pierced the stillness. Thump. It came again. A rustle. A faint moan. One of the workers stepped closer, eyes narrowing with disbelief. The body bag moved. He froze. Then, with trembling hands, he unzipped the bagand. There he was, Walter Williams, breathing, alive. He blinked slowly, groaning as though waking from the deepest sleep imaginable. It was not a dream. The man declared dead had come back to life. Panic and awe erupted at once. An ambulance rushed Walter back to the hospital, where stunned doctors examined him. His heartbeat must have been faint, undetectable, one doctor speculated. Or perhaps it truly was a miracle. Walter himself didn't seem frightened. In fact, he found it amusing. Guess the Lord just wasn't ready for me, he said with a soft chuckle to reporters. He smiled as if he'd simply missed his stop on the way to the afterlife. For the next few days, he was the talk of the country. News stations dubbed him the man who lived twice. His neighbors shook his hand like he was a ghost. His family clung to him with a renewed sense of wonder. But fate is not easily fooled. 2 weeks later, Walter Williams passed away once more, this time for real. No noise, no heartbeat returning. Just a peaceful end, like the first time, but without the return. Still, what he left behind was not just a strange event. It was a story. A moment when death blinked and life blinked back. The story of a man who reminded the world that sometimes, even the final chapter can be rewritten.